Hey, it's Gilbite here. In this video, I'm going to show you how I'm preparing to paint this hood and a bumper that I don't have yet. So I'm not a professional painter. I don't do this for a living. In fact, I don't do it very often. I need to make sure everything is prepared and ready and is going to work before I start, because I don't have time to just set it aside. I got to get this done in a weekend because I got a full-time job. So what I've done is I got my gun set up, and unfortunately this cheap air filter is well, leaking. I've tried everything to get this thing to not leak. You want to make sure this is all ready to go before you start, so that you don't get delayed because you're having to fix something that shouldn't be a problem. Another thing I want to check is how I'm going to position everything. So the hood, I'm going to set it just like it is here on these two sawhorses, but I will need to figure out how I'm going to set the bumper, because I only got two sawhorses. So do I need to get another sawhorse or two, that kind of thing? I want to make sure I'm all ready. The other thing I want to practice is the actual painting. So I want to get a little bit of muscle memory. And no, I'm just kind of being sloppy here. Make sure that I can get my overlaps right, and that I can get my distances right. The speed I'll have to figure out when I'm actually spraying paint. This is just water. Yeah, I'm just going to spray water through it, and that's going to simulate the paint a little bit. I'll do this so I got some experience, muscle memory of it before I'm actually spraying real paint on my hood and bumper. Now, this is not going to help me with gun setup as far as where the turns, where to have everything, because it's just water. But you can practice with some craft paint, water it down a little, or even like house paint. You can get some house, if you have some house paint laying around, water it down so it's the consistency of automotive paint, and that'll simulate it, and you can actually practice spraying some cardboard or whatever. So let's see what we can do. This is going to be a challenge with one hand. Don't laugh. I had my reading glasses on. I'm going to go to here. So actually, if I had two hands, I'd go farther. Then I'll have to switch over to this side, because you want to get the wet line. So whatever your overlap is, and that'll vary with what kind of paint you're using. Don't learn bad habits doing this. Also, this is going to tell you if your air supply, your compressor, is big enough to do what you're trying to do. You lose pressure with this, you're going to lose pressure with painting the real thing. So, alright, things I've learned. These are junk, this type. Yeah, I added some RTV to try to seal them up, and they leak. I don't see any way around them. These are two different brands, and unfortunately they both leak, same places. So I ended up getting a disposable one from Harbor Freight. Amazon sells them as well. And a key, so this gun is like a 9-point-something CFM gun. My compressor is 5.1. Wait, it's not going to keep up, right? Well, all right, so a couple things. One, it has a 27-gallon tank, so it's not like it's going to run out right away. Two, you don't have to have the pressure turned up all the way. In fact, don't. This water and oil separator, this filter, it's rated for 90 pounds. So I've actually turned mine down enough where I still have full paint gun pressure when I turn it. About 29 pounds, which is, if I remember correctly, roughly what I should be using. I have it so that if I turn the pressure up on the gun, it goes up above that. So, you know, not a whole lot, but enough where if I need to turn it up a couple degrees, I can, but it's not going to go a whole lot more than that for when I actually paint. And before I paint, I'll do a test pattern, you know, on a piece of cardboard or something, make sure that it's correct. Now, the other thing I want to show you, yes, I have made a paint booth. So Harbor Freight, Walmart, everybody sells these little drop cloths, plastic drop cloths. 0.4 at the ones I got from Harbor Freight, 0.7 from Walmart. No difference as far as what I'm doing, and an old one that is much thicker than both of those. And I basically made walls like so, and I have the Chevelle covered, and I have another drop cloth that I will put over this stuff to cover it. And it's on the bottom, I just put a piece of relatively clean wood, not pulling down, mind you, just holding the bottom in place so that when, and I will, oh, I got to move that out. But the wood holds the bottom down, so there's not going to be any chance of, you know, air blowing and blowing this into the panel or something like that. I will have a couple box fans here and here, sucking air out. Depending on how windy it is, I'll adjust the garage door. If it's real windy, then I will close the garage door to just above the fans. If it's not, if it's pretty calm, I'll leave the garage door up. And then I've got a window over there that I may or may not open. All right, so I hope this little video was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll have the actual painting video coming out soon. Hopefully, if all goes well and I don't really screw it up.